So, when I began my term last year, I reflected on our society's amazing roots and described the progress and milestones accompanied by the visionary volunteers who came before us and the debt of gratitude that we owed to my predecessors, board leaders like Pam Meyerhofer, Rob Buell, and Scarlett Mueller. I described the need to reinvent our society, harnessing the same spirit and passion, that which stems from a fierce determination that we can and we must stop cancer from stealing our loved ones. I have never been more determined. I told you that we needed to be both not only bold, but revolutionary. I told you that we no longer could afford the luxury of thinking in a box or out of a box, but we needed to think without a box. We needed to regain our rightful place as the most powerful and relevant nonprofit influence on our nation's health. Because successful organizations anticipate the need for change and proactively make those changes before they are forced to change. They see what's on the horizon and learn how to stay one step ahead of external forces. We needed to replace the two-letter word no with the words when, the word how, the word yes. And we have become a 21st century philanthropy that is rapidly evolving and ready to embrace opportunity. This has been a tumultuous year, one full of challenges and changes that were long overdue, but oh so necessary. Everyone in this room has worked very, very hard to retool our society, reset the way we fundraise, and revise the way we communicate our mission. To be fit for our society's purpose, we answered the call to duty swiftly, but our work has not been without pain. So where exactly are we? What have we accomplished? What have we done to prevent cancer? And what have we done for the patient who has cancer? Well, we aren't where we want to be. We aren't where we should be. We aren't yet what we need to be, but thank God we aren't what we used to be. I firmly believe that we have studied and created a society which is designed for a new century of progress. We have recruited a board of directors that is strategic, committed, demanding, disciplined, and better equipped to handle the challenges ahead. We have strategically reorganized our leadership volunteers regionally and by market, and we have directed a new reorganization of staff partners. We have become leaner and we have become more efficient while preserving our sacred mission. We have put the society on a firmer financial footing. We created a blueprint for cancer control, which our whole country is going to follow. We handed the keys to the car back to our volunteers, where those keys have always belonged. We are back to the future with local boards and staff creating area plans. We have volunteers who have been emancipated to innovate once again, having the autonomy to decide what they do best in their own communities. Atlanta is there to guide and support, not to control. We have become the nation's leader, if not the world's leader, in tobacco control. We are leading the global cancer control initiatives, sharing the prevention and early detection lessons that we learned in our country long ago. We are empowering developing nations, low and middle income countries with knowledge and tools, and are collaborating with other organizations to lower the price of cancer drugs in countries which can least afford them. We are treating the pain. We have committed to doubling our funding of ACS cancer research. We have always been and remain the nation's leading financier and champion of cancer research. We have created a venture capital fund which will accelerate cancer research like never before, and we have very carefully recruited the most prestigious panel of cancer scientists in the whole world to advise those investments. We have convened other like-minded organizations who want to battle cancer, and we have opened the door for other cancer-related organizations which share our mission and our values to collaborate with us on our common mission. We have led the way with 80% by 2018, our brilliant campaign to coordinate with other organizations to screen for colon cancer, and we are witnessing one of the greatest success stories in the entire history of public health, remarkable progress in preventing and curing colon cancer. We have launched a campaign to lead the fight to vaccinate our girls and boys against HPV vaccines, which cause cervix cancer once and for all. That same vaccine will also protect the next generation against many other types of cancer. We focused our attention on relationships with primary and federally qualified health centers to reach the most underserved and vulnerable populations with outreach and cancer screenings. Through ACS CAN, we remain the vanguard and the voice for patients, caregivers, and those without access to health care. We are the people who selflessly broadcast the cancer patients' pleas for help and support to our lawmakers. We demonstrated the courage to make tough choices to redirect a greater percentage of our financial resources to critical mission priorities, which enable patients to get their cancer treatment by providing free transportation and free lodging, regardless of the type of cancer that they suffer from. We are finally open for digital business. We now welcome online visitors to our fight with a digital volunteer experience that is second to none. And we have created a more welcoming cancer.org website, which is aligned with the needs of information seekers. We have enhanced our digital and social media platforms, allowing us to be visible and relevant 24/7 in the day-to-day lives of our supporters. We launched a new branding campaign, which arguably, for the very first time in our 105-year history, clearly articulates the ways in which our society benefits our local communities and invites new donors to join in attacking cancer from every angle. We are saving lives, we are celebrating lives, and we are the global leaders in the fight to conquer all types of cancer. None of this would be possible, nor would our future be as bright without all of you, without a staff who believe in the leadership and the 21st century vision of their CEO, who have faith in our society's mission, or without a board of directors that has proven to be proactive, resourceful, and strategic. Ultimately, that success in this 21st century of disruption depends on our unwavering commitment to end the suffering that this thing we call cancer can engender. On a very personal note, I can never repay all of you or this society for the ultimate compliment that you paid me, the incredible moral support that you provided through a rough patch of immense frustration and personal pain, and the distinct honor it has been to serve as the chairman of the board of your American Cancer Society. One of my favorite quotes is from Winston Churchill and is very applicable. Allow me to paraphrase. To each there comes in their lifetime a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do something very special, unique to them and fitted to their talents. Hopefully they are prepared and qualified for what could be their finest hour. Well, I can tell you that I did my best to make this my finest hour, but as we all know, history is going to be the best judge of success. I've been surrounded by incredibly supportive family and inspiring colleagues, including the late Carol Jackson, who many of you know, who was a fellow board member, a good friend, and a champion for our global efforts and diversity outreach here at home. Carol fought her cancer to the end with grace and dignity, and the inspiration that she embodied will inspire us for as long as we are in existence. Carol's presence and contributions will be dearly, dearly missed. For an experienced, my wife said not to say old, surgical oncologist like myself, someone who has personally treated over 4,000 patients with cancer during his career, serving as your chair has been a dream come true. You showed confidence in me, and you've inspired me. Together with our superb staff partners, we, the society, have affected the lives of millions and millions of people in this country and around the world. Do not forget that. In closing, let me speak to you from the heart. There is something that I would like you to remember. It is the number 3, because every minute of every day, about 3 people are given a diagnosis of cancer. On April 21st, 2017, at 8:30 p.m., just 3 months after becoming chairman of your board, one of those 3 people was a 3-year-old little girl who had become paralyzed from a cancerous tumor of the spinal cord that was located at the 3rd cervical vertebrae. That little girl is named Madeline Kramer. She happens to be my granddaughter, and she brightened our world in every imaginable way. In the 9 months after her diagnosis, Maddie lived life with joy, dancing, courage, and toughness, so very far beyond her years. My daughter Pammy, my son-in-law Scott, my wife Susan, our children, and our whole family suffered a loss that no other family should ever suffer. My granddaughter Madeline is the reason I will never quit. We must fight for the answers, for the treatments, and for the cures that have not yet been discovered. We must fight for the families, yours and mine, that should be spared unspeakable loss. Everybody in this room has a story. Ourselves, a family member, a friend, a spouse, a parent, a child. No one here needs a roadmap to find their way on the cancer journey. Not one of us is immune to this disease. Not one of us needs a second opinion regarding the meaning of a cancer diagnosis. But just like me, that is why you do what you do. That is why you volunteer for an organization that isn't always right, isn't always easy to deal with, but is always on the side of the patient. We are fiercely determined. That's why every one of our 2.5 million volunteers, together with all of us in this room, will get up tomorrow morning and make strides, relay for life, sell daffodils, attend a gala, serve on a board, make a financial commitment, create an endowment, provide a ride, stroke a golf ball, prepare a meal at a Hope Lodge, march on Washington, wear something pink, think of something new and better, and just plain work hard to attack cancer from every conceivable angle until we, the American Cancer Society, eradicate this horrible, implacable enemy from God's earth forever. We are the American Cancer Society. Thank you.